Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1962 Olympia SM7 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in Western Germany and one of the top typewriters of all time, along with the other SM series from Olympia, also known as the Mercedes-Benz of typewriters. Beautiful pink finish. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. This is the left margin. I'm going to set that on 0. And the right one around 75. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back like a switchblade and extends. This is the paper bale that sits on top. It's got 2 adjustable rollers and a scale. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 1.5, or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on single, but if you want 1.5, just flip the switch down 1 notch. It skips 1.5. 1 more, it skips 2. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line to switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side. Flip that down to the red indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red. When you put it in the middle, it doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top on the blue indicator, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful. One of the best of all time for a reason. Excellent condition typewriter. Super fun and easy to type on. The print looks really good. Perfect print. Pica typeface, number 97. Prints 10 characters per inch. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side. Flip that forward. It unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. Going to flip this down for now and put the color back on black. Got a shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Above that is MR, stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that margin release button. It does allow you to get past that and go all the way to the end. Above that is the carriage lock. So you flip that up or towards the back. It'll lock the carriage in the middle when you put it in the middle. To unlock it, just flip it down like that. And that also locks the keys and the shift on this model. Just flip it down to unlock that. Backspace on the right side, very smooth. Tab on the top right. Right now we got tab set on 10 space intervals, so I'm going to clear all of them with this lever here on the right side of the carriage. Flip that forward, it clears all tabs. So now we shouldn't have any tabs, but I always like to set one somewhere in the middle so that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear on your typewriter. So on the right side of the space bar, hit that set button. Stops at that spot. To clear that one specific tab, hit the clear button on the left side of the space bar. It clears that one, but I'm going to keep one set right there. You can set as many tabs as you want on this model. And the hood comes up from the front like this and just kind of fully detaches, unlike the SM9 where it kind of swivels up. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left side, so it's pulling clockwise to the right. If you want to switch that direction manually, just shift the ribbon guide there to the opposite direction and it'll pull to the left. Basically, the side that you want it to go to will pull to the middle, and it will automatically reverse on its own when you get to the end of the ribbon. If your ribbon has eyelets, which is a little metal piece, will catch on that and swap it back to that side. If you don't have eyelets, you can tie a knot on the end and catch on that. Touch control on the right side and the inside here. The further towards you go, there's a plus sign there. The more tension there is when you hit the keys. You do have to hit the keys a little harder for them to print, but they respond faster. So you just want to play with that to gauge what your preference is as far as touch control goes. The hood just goes right back. There's little notches that it links into, and then just snaps right down like that. Right side carriage release. Both sides have a carriage release. Super smooth. This button here, if you push it in, disables the spacing when you turn the knob so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You let it go, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space. You just want to be careful when you're doing that because you will lose your line. So that's just so you can get to an exact spot, but only if you are prepared to lose your line. This is your paper support arm. Very cool. Carriage release on the left side. Super smooth. And if you pull out this knob on the left side, it disables the spacing again, and you let it go, you get the clicks. This is a 3D printed knob. The original was cracked, and so I designed and 3D printed that myself, a very close color match. So if you need a spare left knob for your SM7, check out my shop. I'll have these available. And also, if you flip the line space selector all the way back, it disables the spacing. So there's 3 ways that you could do that. For whatever reason, they made 3 ways on this model. It's got everything you need. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.